Have I told you guys how much I absolutely hate wintertime? Well, today's further proof of that because I'm stuck at home because of freezing rain and sleet. Anyways, sitting here today moping about not being able to go to work, God says, why don't you open your Bible? So I do. I get into Mark chapter 1, rereading Mark chapter 1. And this is what I love about God, His amazing truths, His words are truly living. There's something new to get from His Word each and every day if you study and you read and you seek His face. Well, so I'm reading through Mark chapter 1, and I find something very interesting, scary, but very interesting. Here in Mark chapter 1, verse 34, we're going to start there. And guys, I challenge you to read this chapter for its entirety for yourself so that you can understand the context behind all of this. But I'm reading in Mark chapter 1, verse 34. And He healed many that were sick of diverse diseases, and cast out many devils, and suffered not the devils to speak, because they knew Him. Even up here in Mark chapter 1, verse 35, and Jesus rebuked the demon, saying, hold thy peace and come out of him. So the unclean spirits, the demons, the devils, whatever, they knew who Jesus was. And they knew that Jesus said to shut their mouths. And they did so. They listened to Jesus. This is the part that irritates me. Mark chapter 1, verse 45. But he went out. This is the gentleman that was just healed of leprosy. Jesus told him to keep his mouth shut, to do what he was supposed to do, to go to the temple, to cleanse himself and do the thing that Moses had taught them to do. But he went out and began to publish it much, and to blaze abroad the matter, insomuch that Jesus could no more openly enter into the city, but was without in desert places. And they came to him from every quarter. The man was told to keep his mouth shut. Now, I'm understanding this much as a child of God. If Jesus came down and physically healed me of a sickness, of leprosy, whatever, it'd be hard not to shout to the rooftops about the situation, about the fact that my Jesus healed me. But Jesus had asked him to keep his mouth shut, and he couldn't do it. But this shows God's authority, and also shows God's mercy. See, God's authority told the demons to keep their mouth shut, and they did. But God's mercy showed that He asked the gentleman to not speak, but the gentleman spoke anyways. God didn't rescind the miracle, but God knew that this man was loving the fact that he was healed and being able to love and touch his family once more. And God's mercy allowed him to keep living in that peace and that comfort and the fact of being healed. See, Jesus is speaking to us today, telling us to do something very specific. Are we following suit in that? Or are we much like this man and not listening to what the Father has to speak to us today? Child of God, I challenge you to read this for yourself, get your own understanding from it, and see what God reveals to you today, because what God reveals to you may not be what He reveals to me, and so on. There's different things to learn from each and every chapter of the book of the Bible. And this is what I've learned today. I've learned that God has authority over demons and power that you can never understand, but He also has mercy over us and our ignorance. He loves us through it all. I love you guys. God bless you. I pray you're encouraged by this word. If you need prayer, post in the comment section below. I got you. Talk to you soon.